Hello to Cripio. Hope Zine has been progressing well. It has. It actually has. It has been progressing really well. I'm very happy with the progress, how things are going. There's a very long list of things still that need to be done, but it is now complete enough to be able to port the Zig website. The problem is that, well, there's a ton of work to port the Zig website that needs to be done. And I kind of don't want to fully do that work before, like right now I basically I made new changes to Zine, and I've been using the Zig website as a test case to see if to see what was missing, how to tweak things, and that was great. And so I made a ton of progress in that sense. But now I think I'm at a point where it's really mostly 99% just a matter of doing the work of porting things over. And I think that at this point, I should probably make a new release of Zine with all the in-flight stuff. And then and then go back to this once all the docs are out, etc. So this is my to-do list for basically the next few days. Okay, so hey, just be, did you try to set up your own business? Hey, Sweep, hello. Did you try to set up your own business? I'm not sure I understand exactly what that question is about. Okay. Also, maybe we have some all your code base stuff to do. I have a Zine dashboard here. I think I also want an all your code base dashboard. Oh, what happened here? Okay, so Andrew did take care of this. Let's see. Next, we're at a point where you can at least try to do some real work. Good way to find out what's missing. Oh yeah, absolutely. Testing things for real has shown that some of my design ideas were like not horribly wrong, but we're clearly a little bit too focused on like abstract thinking, not practical thinking. Let's just put it like that. Is there a plan to make Zig init be template generated towards a bigger project? A plan to make Zig init be template generated. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. As in, like, you provide the template? Like, you prepare a template? Well, you know what? Maybe you can answer my question, give me some extra info, and then I'll be able to give a better answer. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so after some Googling, I found a folder structure for a project on Ziggy. Oh, I now understand what you mean. Like, what would a more complex Zig project look like? I think that, no, I don't think that init will ever have anything like that. But I think that a bigger project should probably, by default, maybe if you have special needs, then, I cannot claim that this is universally the correct way of doing things. But one good way of structuring stuff is doing what the standard library does. So I go to github.com. I should have gone to a little bit deeper than that. I go to github.com/ziglang/zig. Look at the wiki. How to read the standard library source code. So this is a good guide because it tells you how the standard library, the Zig standard library, is structured. It invites you to read it. It is a genuinely good idea. There is documentation available. Still, that said, getting used to navigating the Zig standard library source code, it's a universally, obviously, trivially, unconditionally, clearly good idea. And also, you can use that as a blueprint for how to structure your own project. So you will see that there's basically the concept of having a root file, having a main file, having submodules, namespaces structured as you have a Zig file that exposes the public interface of your of your namespace, and then a directory for the namespace with multiple files in it. And that can be done also recursively if it gets that complicated. So it's a useful convention. So check this out. I'll paste the link also here. Hello, Dr. FL. So for Zine, I think that the better solution is, this is a little bit too early, but the better solution for Zine is to probably eventually move to a standalone Zine executable. That's what I'm thinking. Hello, Chantil. Hello, hello. Okay, let's start following our to-do list here and see how far we can get. Hey, Lost Marble Dev. Hello. Oh man, so many faces showing up again. So, is everybody coming back from vacations? Is that it? Is this what's happening? Okay, so Reenable block attributes. Here's what's going on. Right now, if you have like a chain of extensions, so here we have the base template of a website, and this base template is then extended by index, for example. Problem is, in here, we have this thing where the title element has a super element in it. And here, we want to put something in the title element. And we do that by putting here the page title as text. Problem is, well, the code that handles when these things are called blocks, the code that handles blocks right now doesn't try to do anything with attributes. So we need to do something with attributes. Specifically, we need to react to text. Maybe also do the same for if and loop. Will Zig init include improving your ZLS experience in the future? Okay. Directly, no, because Zig init will not create files for ZLS. But there is incremental compilation coming to Zig, and ZLS will start supporting incremental compilation more directly. And once you have incremental compilation, basically you don't need a check step anymore. The point of that blog post is telling you that you can create a step that has the code go through semantic analysis, but doesn't try to produce an executable. And that gives a much faster feedback loop, because you don't have to wait for LLVM to produce the executable. Once we have incremental compilation going, then producing the executable is not a bottleneck anymore. So, long story short, ZLS won't need to have this special stuff be done for it anymore, because the main Zig build step will be by default good enough for almost everybody. And then if you have a special project when things are more complicated, then sure, you can customize ZLS. But that's the idea. So I think there's an issue that you can track if you're interested. Let's look at ZLS. Provide a configuration option to use incremental compilation for build on save. So this is all tied to this stuff. Oh my god, comedy happening on the ZLS repo. Okay. So, do. Oh, I have something on my monitor. Okay. Re-enable this stuff. Let's re-enable this stuff. It's actually really easy. It's here. It's commented out. We cannot uncomment it because things have changed enough that uncommenting this is not helpful, but we can copy paste code from somewhere else. That we can totally do. So let's see. We have the block index. We have the block as an super node. Well, here we grab the LM. We probably want to factor this out. We set the cursor at the block index. We move it to the next element, and everything works pretty much perfectly, except that we, by virtue of it being a block, you know what I'm thinking? Since we know that it is a block, and right now in here we have super block. Wait, where's block? Oh, block is probably unreachable because we handle it somewhere else. No, yeah, enter is unreachable, exit happens. And on exit, so what I'm thinking is, let's not move forward. We don't move forward. We set the cursor, and then we handle the block in here, next to where everything else gets handled. That's beautiful. So with this, since I removed the going to the next thing, now I would expect this stuff to I would expect this stuff now to make things die. The problem is we need to wire in certain things. So yeah, this super HTML template eval. So this is us. This is Zine. Zine needs to be told to use our locals for HTML. Now we run the website build and we hit the unreachable. Impact in 3, 2, 1. Hit the unreachable. Perfect. Now, here we are in a block. And we're managing the we're managing the opening thing. Now, what do we do here? Let's see. We basically want to ignore ID. We want to make any attribute an error except the ones that are recognized. So I guess we can do something like this. So we loop over the attributes. Okay, let's see. Grab the element. Start iterating the tag. Yeah, we might be doing out. We don't know yet. We might be want to skip the body. We don't know that yet. We start iterating all the attributes. And we're trying to recognize a special attribute. If it is not a special attribute, this is the code for context. We don't do that. So none of this happens. The question here is it an ID or not? If it is an ID, then that's fine. If it's not an ID, then we should be complaining. Although, to be fair, it is not our role here to complain about that, because we actually should have complained on construction. We could put in the AST a rule that says that you cannot put random attributes, non-special attributes, in a block. The idea, in reality, in the future, what I would like to do is allow you to put attributes there, and then those get rendered out if they don't collide with anything that the parent has. So the idea is, here title doesn't have any other attribute, and then here, if you add a class, then that class works and gets added in the final output. But if this guy already had class, then you wouldn't. It would be an error to put class in here as well. That's what I'm thinking. Although that could not be an AST error, because ASTs are per file only. It would have to be a template construction error. So one level past the AST. I don't know. The problem is that I don't have the machinery to implement this stuff yet, and I want to do it, but it's very minor, and I don't want to prioritize this. So here's what we do. If is, I have is beautiful. If name dot slice is ID, then yes, continue. Otherwise, do we error out? Or we just ignore them for now? You know what? Let's ignore them for now. Because if we error out, then we kind of want to make a nice error, and then people get told not to use that. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine if we ignore them. So you know what? That means that also this code isn't interesting at all. So we can just we can leave it there, comment it out. To do implement this stuff. Okay, it is a special attribute. So now this is the more interesting part. Let's actually make things happen. Okay. So there's a HTML or a text. Yeah, we evaluate what's in there and we write it down in out. Beautiful. There's an if. If there's an if, we evaluate it. If it's a Boolean, negative Boolean, we skip body. If it's an optional and it's null, skip body. Otherwise, append a new value for if. If it's a loop, set the loop iterator stuff. If it's an empty loop, skip body right away. Otherwise, append to the stack. Yeah. Now, there's the final part. This is the part that skips the CTX tag, and that's kind of also what we want to do for blocks. Because for blocks, we don't want to print the block tags out, because there's already the parent ones. Although maybe that could be the trick. Not printing the parent ones could be the trick. Something to think about for when I want to implement for real that stuff that I don't have. So what did I just copy? I think I copied the wrong stuff. No, I did not. Okay. So we are at the end here. Up to element. From print cursor to element open start. What? Wait a second. Yeah, that's really it. But why up to element prints from where the cursor is up to element open start? Oh, okay. We're doing this here because we haven't printed any of the attributes. Right. That was a little bit weird, but yeah. So skip um, open tag. So we skip the open tag. And if we have to skip the body, then we skip the body. If we don't have to skip the body, then we move the cursor to element open end, move to the next thing, print out if there's anything to print out. Okay. Now the exit code needs to be more complicated. And I think it's pretty much the same as CTX, minus the hash map stuff. Oh, but also we need to remember that we do want to return end. And our end is element close start. This is important. Okay, let's see. Grab the element, do the looping stuff. If we're looping, move forward the loop iterator, print whatever needs to be printed, move the cursor, continue. Start tag iterator, free values. No, we don't do any of that. Okay, let's see. Skip CTX. No, skip the close tag. Yeah, this moves us to close end. No, we actually want to stay on close start. And we want to return end. Okay, let's see if we fucked the logic up. Compatible types, AST special attribute and void. Oh, right. We need to continue. There we go. Start index 68 is larger than end index 31. Yeah, so that line that was sussing me out, it's actually sus here. Yeah, there's nothing to print for us before the element. So this actually isn't a thing in this case, in the case of a block. Yeah, because we always start from the beginning of the block every single time. Okay, have we horribly mangled the website? Doesn't seem like it. It seems correct. View page source. Title isn't mangled. That's one thing that was extended. Body, main ID. Bunch of LIs. Where's the UL? Here's the UL. a div, this div, a main, a footer, a body, and HTML. Yeah, all in all, we haven't mangled anything. Now let's test the actually, we are already succeeding. Like, we can see that now this got printed. This was not happening before. So with this, we have, yeah, we did it. Congrats. Next is add validation for super MD directives. I think the more interesting part is going to be working on the metaprogramming around better scripty reference generation. This is going to be metaprogramming madness. So if you want to laugh watching things getting progressively more insane, that's going to be a good one. I don't want to do a reload, but okay. Okay, so this works. Cool. Let's add validation for super MD. So this is a Zine thing. Super MD. So the idea is, in context, we have these directives that you can create, but they have mandatory fields, like source has to be set. And the way I would do it, let me think. So we could make this a list. We wouldn't gain much. Okay, so let me check the mandatory stuff is actually correct. So for directive, there is nothing really mandatory. It's a thing for the sub thingies. So for a block, here I'm saying that nothing is mandatory. Let's make ID mandatory. Although ID is actually not his, ID is belongs to the parent. God damn it! Maybe we can say we can make another one called directive mandatory. It's a little bit weird that we have to do this, but well, let's do it for now. Source. What does source have? Source is not a thing. It's like just utility type. I should probably put it at the end. Maybe. Okay, so block has a directive mandatory of ID. Image has to have source. Yeah, everything else is optional. Fine. Oh, I think I never implemented linked. And it doesn't even have an option of setting linked. God damn it. Let's give it to it. I would also do... you know what? Let's not over-design these things. This is fine. Video has source. Link has source. Code has source. And language. Well, no, language doesn't have to be mandatory, because you might want to include something as code, but there's no language for it, so that's fine. Okay, so this is all set up. Let's make the check happen. So function validate. Let's see. For mandatory. Oh, I had a lot of stuff implemented already. Drop the tag name. If field. Holy shit, this is good. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking that this might not work out of the box. This might need some work. Maybe. It probably needs this. Yeah. Okay, that's probably it. Now we need to call this function. The problem is that right now we're not calling this function. So who should call validate? Validate should be called where in a place where we run scripts and obtain directives out of them. And once we obtain a directive, we need to call validate on it. And if validate, and it gives us an error in case that validation fails. And so null is like success. Nice. So AST run script. We set the directive, but before we set the directive, we validate it. If the directive fails to validate, that's the range. And what errors do we have? What's in our error stuff? Range kind, scripty span error. Oh, we do have a scripty error. The problem is we don't have a span. That's unfortunate. But we can use the normal node span in this case, even though it's overly generic. That's fine. So scripty span error. Right? Right. The problem is that we're given the source directly. We don't have a span for it. That is disappointing. Although, I mean, the node one is fine, I guess. You know what? Let's do end of range and then we'll see what happens. Okay. So with this, we add an error. Don't know if this is good or not, but I guess we'll see. What does this look like? Oh, disgusting. Okay, I like this. So let's cause some mischief and let's see what happens once we build. Okay, there we go. So now we're starting to have problems. Except the type optional const 8 found bool. Oh, I know what it is. I messed up adding that new built-in. Linked. Yeah. There we go. Validate. Let's see. No field or member function named validate in directive. Oh yeah. We have to do it on the directive kind? No. We do it on the directive itself. Directive has... Oh. Has the problem that the argument order is bork. No field name mandatory in struct context block. Huh? Mandatory. Mandatory. Oh. Fuck. That's at type of. And down here, same. Accepted type optional context value found. Error set. Yeah, we don't try this. Oh, we don't need to try, but we do need to mark this as something that can go out of memory. That's fair. That is indeed fair. And then in AST, yeah, we need to try the validation. That's fine. Now the problem is that... oh, actually, what the fuck is the problem now, man? Oh, the problem is that this is not... I need to try also in here because this is not... This is an error union of a value, not an error union of an optional value. So if I need to try to make the casts match. Struct context of image has no member directive mandatory. God damn it. Yeah, that fucking sucks having to add directive mandatory. It's like, it clearly shows that I'm doing something fucked up with blocks. God damn it. But whatever, such is life, at least for now. So we add directive mandatory, but it's empty. And it's empty. And it's empty, and it's empty. Happy now? Accepted type root.span found root.range. Fuck. Can I do a range to span? Hmm. I can do span to range. Yeah, but range to span is weird. We don't have that. I guess the span in any case would be relative to the expression. So I guess we can fake it. Actually, I'm probably doing something worse right now. So for span, I think we can do this. Like, we blame the entire expression, and that's fine. If certain type constraint found context value. Oh. Okay. So now we're back to building. Let's cause some trouble. So let's go into index maybe. And let's link to something in a bad way. Oh, there's a ton of HTML in here. God damn it. Give me a nice build error because of that. Mandatory field source is unset. Okay. Well, it worked. So yeah, we have those. We have validation now. Not the best. Not the best. Like error messages definitely do need some improvement, but you know, at least it gets you. It gets you somewhere. So this is done. And now we're now these are the big milestones. Better script reference generation, new docs, new layout for Zine SSG.io. Like we now have enough things that need to be documented that we need to up our game. My plan is to probably have Zine SSG.io be more similar to this documentation section that Ziggy has, which is pretty nice. Also, the Ziggy website, you know what? Maybe it's time for a side quest. This website is great, but it has one terrible flaw. When you select a page, it doesn't tell you which page you're on. And you know why it doesn't do that? Because when I wrote this, Zine wasn't able to do that. I think it's time to upgrade our sidebar to, first of all, link to pages in a semantic way. They don't do that right now. Second of all, it's time to detect when a link is to the current page. Let's fucking go. Para-param. Para-para-pa-bam. Bam. Para-para-pa-bam. Pam. Pa-param. Pa-param. Para-param. Para-para-param. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this small side quest. So actually, do we even build? Like, how much stuff do we have to update now? Layout bar. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, it seems that we're good. Back to working condition. That wasn't hard. Okay, let's see where the sidebar is. I think it's documentation. Yeah, documentation has a bunch of CSS for the sidebar. Oh yeah, look at this beauty. So how do we do this? I think we should do it like this. li. Huh. So we kind of would like to be able. Oh man, this kind of it's begging for a CTX attribute that you can put in non-CTX nodes. The problem is that we don't have that right now. Fuck, how do we do this? How do we bind some data to an attribute without a CTX node? So CTX node helps. We can use an if. We could loop. The reality is that what I would really like is being able to loop over these pages. God damn it. Built-in time. Built-in time. Built-in time. Maybe. Yo, Matt, how's it going? Matt, we have gone so far with Zine. We are like entering the realm of the gods right now. I'm now at the point where it's like it's not a question anymore of, oh no, will we be able to pull it off? It's like, how shall I exert my power over this puny problem? It's like a matter of choosing the right tool in our arsenal of tools. Shall I rewrite my personal site with it? I think that at this point you would probably be very happy with the experience. Still not perfect, but it's we're there. We're there. So let us go to site. Site has page. I think we should add pages. And pages is like page, but you give it more than one reference, and it just loops over them. Pages, parameters, many. No, actually, that's how it is. We do have many, right? Well, I guess we'll figure it out. By the way, this stuff right now, it's like a bit all over the place, but this is what we'll need to do to implement proper reference generation. So I'm going to have to fix this very soon. Same as page. But accepts a variable number of page references and returns them, well, and loops over them in the provided order. All pages must be present. Maybe this can be put here, and then we say to be used in conjunction with a loop attribute. Let's see. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. I want to use it for the Zig website so we can generate a bunch of stuff. Just want to say hi before starting work. Have a good stream. Well, thank you, Matt, for stopping by. Have a good day at work. And I think also that, yeah, if you guys want to have a fancy Zig website, Zine is there. Like this, I make this release, and after this release, I honestly don't think that there is one Zig website in existence that needs to be made today that we cannot handle. Just need to make this release. Okay, this is gonna be I think not too bad. So this also is gonna stress all the mistakes that I made in meta. Yeah, I fucking knew it. This goddamn page iterator, it's only good for sub pages. It's overly specific. Oh man, I hate this. So I guess we need to create another iterator. Yeah. Like a page slice iterator, basically. Okay, so this does page find. Page search strategy, and it's expected to return the page, right? What's the difference between that and page get? Oh, that gets a page based on knowing a lot more about it. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so we do want to do page find. But actually, what does page find return? I forgot. Pages get, yeah, returns an actual page. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we're definitely gonna need the allocator. That argument is expected at least one string argument. So return bad arg. Although technically this is not going to be reused, so we can do this. And then we do this. For args, Has to be a string, otherwise we return. We should probably make it so that errors can have one extra like optional slot where we can indicate like a index for the argument so that we can pinpoint that this error is specific to this goddamn argument. Argument is not a string, but we don't have that now. We'll have it in the future. In any case, we have ref now. So what we're going to do is allocate an array of pages. There has to be a list of values, doesn't it? No, it can be a list of pages, I think. I guess we'll figure it out eventually. So how many of those? args.len, defer. Oh, that's also kind of unfortunate because returning this error is also not going to work with defer. Also, I can't delimit it because it's not an array. What am I doing? Free. Okay. So we keep grabbing refs. And for each one of these guys, we want to find a page for it. This also is going to be a parallel loop. Should that be a pointer? Yes. Ba-da-bum. I assume the page rank can fail, of course. So we tried. We set it. And if everything goes well, then we return some kind of iterator. Where the implementation is a context dot page slice iterator, I guess, dot init. No, that's not good enough. That would have to be like this. I think that that's how it should be. I think that's how it is. Let's go in context and create this page slice iterator. And I think we can actually do it easily. Bum, bum, bum. Please tell me that we can do this easily. I think the problem is that this doesn't say what this thing should be, but that's fine anyway. Pum, pum, pum. I think we need to reference that shit somewhere else, though. Somewhere we're mapping iterators around. Or maybe not. Maybe we're good. Well, I guess Zig will tell us. Explicit type context page found context value. Oh. Right, page find can fail with an error. That's that is indeed the thing that we need to worry about. So in site, we're in business, it seems. But we're not using this functionality yet. So let's see how in business we are exactly. Ooh, this also seems something that we might want to give to the section. Well, in any case, we're looping. Oh, okay, it doubles up. Yeah, so now this becomes only one thing. href is going to be loop.it.link. Text loop.it.title. We're in fucking business. We're in fucking business, man. And with this, the sidebar becomes a lot nicer. Let's also do the thing where we detect the current page. So the way it would work is $loop dot. We don't have a way of asking if a page is the current page. Translations, alternatives. Asset. Can I go to next, deco? Go to line number, line first, definition. Go to declaration. No, I want to. Square bracket mode. Go to next line, change function, type definition, parameter, pairing, test paragraph. P. That works. So site, locales. Oh, we don't know what that is. Locale. Okay. Word count is section. Sub pages. Next page, prev page. Has next, has prev. Link, permalink. Content. Block. Table of contents. Yeah. We need to be able to ask the question if this is the current page, and it's easy. We have a boolean that has that info, so it's like it's super trivial. Well, asking is current on dollar page is kind of dumb. To be used in conjunction with the various built-ins that with the various functions that give you references to other pages, like site.page, for example. Okay. Which is what we're gonna do now in our case as well. Expected 0 arguments, return bool p dot underscore meta dot is root. There we go. So this is not batting an eye. Although, well, wait. Yeah, we program new stuff. So is current built-in not found? Well, I'm in page. It's called is current. It's definitely here. Oh, and dumb because it's loop.it. Yeah. Okay. Does it have? Doesn't have any class. God damn it. That is actually problematic. It is actually problematic because it means that we're failing to recognize that that page is ourselves. There is something wrong in the logic that loads pages then. That's unfortunate. So I guess what I will do is I need to add some printing, some debug statements in pages. One sec. Okay. Yeah, we need to debug this stuff. I'll be right back, and then we solve this. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, we're not recognizing that we are the same page, which is kind of, well, disappointing, I guess, because I thought I had that logic not down correctly. Kina, hello, good afternoon. So, let's go in pages. Bill Massicott, hello to you as well. Let's see. So as we grab pages, here's what we do. we do some good old-fashioned print debugging. Okay, show me. Invalid from a string for context value. Yeah, you're right. It's ref. Oh God, why are you like this, man? Why is it like this? Okay, loaded documentation about context page, author, date, blah 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 blah. Meta, context page, start. You know what? Let's just bring the damn meta straight up. Does meta contain the source? Is that's what making us go insane there? I'm also thinking that maybe we should give an FMT to page at this point. Jesus, it's the meta contains all this garbage. Site, title, meta, kind, MD path, pretty long. Is root false. Getting started shows up as false, although this happened a bunch of times, right? There's yeah, there's many of these pages that get rebuilt. So no, let's add like a new line in here, which of course is not going to be respected. So add random attribute. This should cause us to build the correct page. Oh yeah, no, we cannot be touching the template. We need to touch getting started. Okay, so this should be getting started. And when we load documentation getting started, his root is false. We fail to recognize that it's the same page. So, why does this happen? Let's remove this. Let's go in cache. Load page. Actually, it's not load page. It's get page. Pages get. Yeah, full path. So we try to build the full path. And we try to get it. And apparently that's what fails. So here's what we do. Let's switch to log debug. Okay, so here's what we log. Or you know what? No, I think print debugging is good enough. Loading this page. With this value to root. Okay, and then found and we print again if it's root. Not found. Loading. Okay. Now let's see what happens. And obviously the problem is that it's gonna be that the path don't match. Okay, there's a ton of stuff. Let's cause only this page to be rebuilt. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is causing a bunch of things to be rebuilt still. Scalars, root through. ZigFMT documentation about root through. Content. Loading content documentation about MD. Root through. Loading content documentation about MD. Root false. Or rather, wait. Found root false. Found root false. Okay, the problem is not that we are not recognizing pages correctly. We are finding them. The problem is that we are not setting that fucking flag ever on the goddamn page. That is what's going on. So we can remove, I think, all this debug printing. Let's go into load page and let's watch it never use this thing as it should, I guess. Yeah, like it uses it only to early return and never to set it on page .meta. Is this because this has a default value? Yeah, because it needs to have a default value in our current state of affairs. Ah. Okay. So now this should properly recognize things. So if we are now in getting started, now getting started should be properly recognized. And it is selected. Nice. Okay. So let's build some CSS stuff for it. I think that basically the on hover state is always active on it. It's selected. So style.css, no, I think it's in this template. I think it's in documentation, right? Sidebar details, summary hover, comma, sidebar selected. Sidebar summary. Oh no, you know what? No, that's wrong. This is not the correct rule. It's the it's a rule on li or a. So on a we do the hover. So maybe we should give the selected attributes not to the li but to the anchor. I mean that works for me. There we go. Problem solved. Now we have the ability to even implement this, man. We've come so far from where we were. Okay, let's upgrade also the rest then, I guess. I kind of wish we could do new lines here at this point, honestly, though. This, like this, wouldn't be bad. Problem is we're getting syntax error. Yeah. I think we should accept new lines in there. Let's accept new lines in Scripty. Let's do it. I think this is in the tokenizer. Wherever we are fine with white space, we should be fine also with a new line. And maybe with a tab. Fuck tabs. Okay, so this is actually it for Scripty. The problem now is that Super HTML needs to... okay, that's how it's going to be. We change Scripty. Let's see if our tests are fine. Yes, it works. Oh, God. I guess allow new lines between, what is it, like function arguments? So we push this. Then we go into Super HTML. Zig fetch Scripty. New version of Scripty given to Super HTML. But then also Zine. New version of Scripty. Super MD, also new version of Scripty. Let's see what happens now. No more syntax error. More syntax error. What is the problem? Are we feeding Super HTML its own thing? But no, we are doing this. We are doing this. I'm actually surprised. I am actually surprised. I am actually surprised. I'm actually surprised indeed. What is the problem, officer? Hmm. Maybe the change that I made to script is not big enough. I did think though that that was good. Yeah. Whenever there's a space, we burn it. Whenever there's a new line, we burn it. If we are in start. Identifier. Yeah, I think this is fine. Have I somehow failed to push this stuff? Am I on a branch and I did not recognize this? Did I git push? I did git push. I guess we can add a test case. Oh, I guess I can make it part of the previous test stuff. Dollar identifier dot identifier lparent string comma string comma string lparent. Let's break it on purpose. It breaks. So we definitely do have. We definitely do it right now in here. Push. Fetch scripty. Fetch scripty. Fetch scripty. Maybe it's a different error that we're getting. I mean, it is a syntax error that we're getting on a new line. Why? I guess it's a syntax error that is not coming from the tokenizer. Hmm. path call string apply path. I would expect that test to fail now. What the fuck? It has to be something else. I don't get it. It really has to be something else. Script evaluated to type error. God damn it. Also, what is going on with this styling? This is killing me. Like the styling of the website is hijacking the error message window pop-up thing. It's hilarious. So what the heck is going on in here? You know what? This is such a minor thing. I'm weirded out that I can't figure it out. Oh, what was that? What weird? What? What was this? What is this? Are those fucking tabs? Motherfucking tabs, man. So that was the problem all along. My stupid thing putting tabs where it should not put tabs. God damn it. Can I do this? Okay, so I can define the URL like this. I think this is not bad. Is Zine intentionally critical of white space? Now the problem with tabs is the following. I have code that puts an arrow wherever the character where you made a mistake is. If you have tabs in the mix, then I have to change the logic that tries to put an arrow at the right place, and I have to complicate it. It's doable. It's just I don't have it implemented. Also, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of tabs because the whole thing fucking stinks. That's my main problem, I guess. The C documentation editors. I get that it has an intended usage thing, but then in reality, it's always a fucking mess. That said, no, I don't have super strong opinions. Just not stuff that is not implemented. What are we getting here? Oh no, script result type mismatch that keeps nesting into itself. What? Script eval not iterable. Yeah, because we're getting an error. But also, why are we looping weirdly? I think it's because it's trying to print some of the error, but somehow it fails. Syntax error. Oh, I'm missing commas. I also need to add support for trailing commas. I don't think I have it. I do have it. I'm a fucking genius. Okay, let's go. Oh no, Helix is actually called Neovim, the page. Why is this still showing Neovim? I changed it. I changed it right. Right? I did. So what's your problem, man? I guess we'll figure it out later. So this is it. This is now documentation scalars. Oh, here I had different wording for the title, but I think we can have the titles conform to the menu titles. I could add a different thing where I don't use the title, I use like the menu title thing. But I think for now, for simplicity, it's fine. Dr. Marmalade Junge. Hi again. I never knew this software foundation was that popular. What do you mean by popular? What is making you say that the Zig Foundation is especially popular? Theo talked about it more than once. Okay. Is this like overtime, or are we talking like about today's stream or something? Like, are you referencing a specific event? Out of curiosity, because in like I like to keep up to date with what people say about the Zig Software Foundation, so that's why I'm curious. I actually like these new titles more. And finally, specification. Huh. Well, I guess this can be a one item loop, and that's fine. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it's just not open by default. Okay. It works. And it's pretty nice, in my opinion. I could, I could make this even more metaprogrammy. Like I could create a series of uh, lists of text in some front matter and it would totally work. But I mean, for now, personally, I'm fine with how things are right now. Let's see. Some program was built on top of Zig. Theo or Primagen had shown that software and had talked about how good Zig is shortly. I see. I'm guessing they're probably talking about Ban or Ghosty. These are the two things that I would expect them to be talking about. So normally details are open. This one is not open. Problem is we don't have the ability to toggle attributes yet. Unfortunate. Okay. So we implemented this. We improved this website, honestly. This was the kind of the last thing that remained that was missing. I'm starting to think that maybe for selected, we want a slightly different color. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Also, we should add flow control in here. Is it just flow? Has he dropped control? No, he keeps using flow control in some places, but the repo list is just flow. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, this works. So this is great. We went down this rabbit hole, but we got some actual nice improvements out of it. So I'm very happy with this. I think it's time to start tackling better scripted reference documentation. What I'm also thinking is that we can probably push the website as is. We just need to make sure that we push scripty as we should. Like scripty. Oh, there's the parser stuff. You know what? Git checkout. There we go. Okay, so script is good. Super HTML. New scripty and oh right, the new element stuff. Yeah, we can push this as is. Script is already up to date, right? Yes. Okay, so Super HTML is good. Now we need to update Zine, update scripty, update Super HTML, update scripty. Ooh, we have a ton of stuff in here. Okay, what do we have in here? Is current pages. You know what? Huh. My stream died. And now I'm back. I don't know what happened. Something glitched on my computer hard. Oh well. Hmm. Okay, so we're back from the glitch. What was I doing? I was committing this stuff, so I pushed Zine. So now in here, this is Zine official website. Really? Okay, so we're pushing. Let's see if this now works. So yeah, CI fails because the documentation stuff is not in sync now. Oh, but we are making it in sync. How are we doing? Oh, this failed? Oh no. Holy shit. Here's why it's failing. Because we have an obsolete build script on top of everything. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, while this is deploying, now finally time for scripty better reference documentation. So let's go make that happen. Okay, so this is all. This also. Oh, install assets glugan OTF to glugan OTF. Failure error. Unable to update file from Ziggylang assets glugan to ziggylang.io /ziggylang.io /zigout /glugan OTF. File not found. Well, fuck. Seems that our dreams of glory actually failed us, apparently. How is this happening? Like, does it happen to me as well? I probably should also like clear the cache, clear the output folder, and see what happens. I mean, glugan OTF is definitely in there. Is this like a... Is this by any chance a thing where case insensitiveness is a problem? Fuck. That's what it is. This works on Mac because it's case insensitive. It doesn't work on other things. Okay. So with this, then we should be happy. Everything should succeed. Okay, let's go finally do that other thing for real. Okay, how do we want to do this? It has to do with Zine SSG.io. Yes, because that's where we consume that stuff. So let's make that happen. Second, we need to trigger this stuff in a different way compared to how we did it in the past. Third, we need to change how a bunch of metaprogramming works. And yeah, so now we succeeded at deploying the website. Nice. Okay. I think we want to start from the metaprogramming. DocGen and DocGen 1. Jesus. And also primitives. Yeah. Globals, primitives. Yeah, no, fuck that. Okay, so fuck primitives. Yeah, this whole thing. Okay. Our adventure starts from context where we're gonna nuke all primitives and we're turning everything into abstract. Okay, this is gonna be a bloodbath. Let's make it happen. So these things are all fine because they're all based on structs. Zig dynamic value. This is not good enough. This needs to be better than this. This should actually not even be a thing. Now that I think about it. Dynamic shouldn't be a thing. Iterator element, map KV. So let's move this weird stuff maybe near the bottom. Error is fine for it to be just a string. It can be a special case, maybe. Maybe. We can leave it as a special case. But I think everything else should turn into a struct. So string. That's a string struct. And we need to make a string struct. So this becomes now the string struct. Here's a string. And now we can give this like a description. Which for now we can leave as a string. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, so now this is string, and now we need to move this thing outside of primitive built-ins. So here we're a string pub const bool equals at import context slash bool dot zig pub const int and actually those are it basically. Oh, actually, wait. We don't even need to do this. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh fuck, float is empty. Huh. Okay, so these are all fine now, I think. Well, the built-ins are all messed up and they need to be fixed, but um, yeah. I mean, honestly, we can just do v.stir. Okay, so string is fine. Int. And call it num. Uh, okay, so this guy is good now. Float. Float is fine. They're missing their dot stuff. Oh, they're missing a bunch of stuff, but for now, okay, so this is good now. Okay. Okay, what's a map KV? A map KV is an iterator. Okay. So we need a type of map. And we need a type of slice that contains pointers to values also. Ah, that's gonna be so complicated. Okay. So this is okay for now. This is now bool. This is now an int. This is now a float. Perfect. A bunch of things are unhappy, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so happy to finally kick this thing out. Yeah, these guys are not a thing. Built-ins for, otherwise nothing. And this code now can actually go inside of Scripty. Should we make this? Should we allow people to specify this? You know what? You can do it if you have your own built-ins for. Otherwise, we use the default one. Oops. Default built-ins for any works off of a com time tag. I guess that requires passing in. They require passing in tags. Well, a individual tag talks in terms of tags. Nah. Hey, French Sardo, thank you for the $15 to the Zig Software Foundation. Thank you very much. Very appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this previously we were looping over tags of our union. Now the idea is we look at each field and we find a field that has a value of the specified type. And we complain if we can't find this. So this is going to be an inline 4, I believe. Oh, I get that. I now understand what the problem is. The problem is, well, if those things are passed around as pointers instead of values, then things become awkward, no? Default built-ins for maybe not. Let's see. If there's a match, then we do this. If we reach here, it's a compile error. Is type name a thing? It is type name a thing. Okay, finding the built-in type works like this. This is doing stuff out of a tag. Let's see. Default call. It's switching value. I guess this can be at type of value. Type of V. Okay, this seems to be working. Man, I'm breaking this metaprogramming stuff hardcore. I'm gonna get beaten so hard. Also, why is this not complaining that it's unused? Why am I using it? Oh, because I'm using it if there is a built-ins for provided by them. Okay, that works for me. I'm even thinking that we could really get rid of that on the other side, but fine. So with this, we should have simplified our metaprogramming actually dramatically, because now we don't have built-ins for anymore. That's one less thing to keep track of. And now guess what? Also from. Who uses value from? I think it's Scripty also. Yeah, it uses value from a lot. That's also something that we can get rid of and have a default value from. Oh, this is going to be nice. Although, wait a second. No, we can't have a default from because it's not a closed world. The problem with from is necessary because it might require transformations. Yeah, it requires transformations. Like you get a Ziggy value. If the Ziggy value is a string, then we turn it into a string. Yeah, so no, from is unfortunately necessary. And it is extremely verbose, Jesus Christ. But that's a necessary evil, I guess. We also need to fix optionals and slices. Like this stuff needs to be streamlined. It is finally fucking time to do this. So let's go murder optionals. So optional. Oh no, optional is a union of all these weird optional things that can be optional. No, this is not how it works anymore. Optional is not a union. Optional works like this. It's a struct. And it contains inside of it an optional pointer to value. That's how it fucking works. That's how it should have worked all along. Also, iterator being all these weird iterators, I'm not even sure it like map iterator. So for key value iterators, that's fine, but everything else, it's like unnecessary. Because the problem is that iter value has right now suffers from the same problem of, oh no, I really need to be a union. While instead, all it needs to be is a pointer to a value. I'm murdering this thing. Oh man, so much pain. That's it. Also, wait a second. What was it before? Was this union that had from? But how did it work then? Up, len. It had a normal dot, so you could do .it. How did this guy make this happen? I'm confused about how this thing ended up working in the end. But let's make it so now. Also mutability. I think nothing needs to be mutable. So we can make it const. That should make things easier. The fact that the iterator has a bunch of implementation, that's fine. They could be way fewer, but that's fine. Actually, yeah, they could actually very well be just one implementation. They could have been one implementation all along. Probably. Yeah, like a normal one and a lazy one. That's all we needed. Slice iterator. Oh, well. Okay. We have introduced a borderline endless amount of issues in our metaprogramming. So we're going to need to go through those. But I'm happy with how things are turning out. So dot dynamic doesn't exist. We need to create map. Yeah, we should create map and slice. And whenever we create something, we create it as a slice, probably. Okay, so we have optionals in here. They didn't have any built-ins. You know what? And that's probably a good time for us to give built-ins to optionals as well. Maybe. Okay. So previously, optional was optional on the outside. That's also so fucking weird. Optional was optional. So optional only existed while present. Like it. But then how can you add built-ins to it? Although to be fair, the way we use built-ins in Zine right now, we don't really want to give built-ins to optional, to be fair. So maybe we can make the pointer non-optional internally and keep this convention here. You know what? I'm actually fine with it as it is right now. Okay, so this is done. We need to get back into working condition. Maybe I should also move iterator to its own file and iterator element and map KV. So is iterator element a thing? Yes, it's the thing that contains length. Although, no, length belongs to the iterator, but it knows the index. Technically, the iterator knows the index as well. But it is the value that we do give to $loop. We could give the iterator itself to $loop. And the iterator itself knows itself instead of having to have a pointer to itself. And we can give to it information about whether it is on its last iteration or whatnot. And we could also give it impl. I think it's time to kill iter element. Actually, why am I not bringing these implementations with me? I should be bringing these things with me. Yeah, ether element. Okay, this was a long overdue cleanup of the scripting meta programming context of Zine. Yeah. Also, map KV probably needs to go somewhere. I probably moved it into the iterator stuff by mistake. Instead, KV should be, I don't know, defined somewhere else. Maybe inside of map.kv. Like this. Okay. So I think this is the idea. I need to fix all that I broke. Reimplement slice. Implement correct mapping of Ziggy data types to this stuff. Correctly pass pointers from values and copy them when they are being passed around by value and not by pointer. Which actually, fuck, that is not exactly what I was hoping we would do, but I guess so. No, you know what? This is a pointer. And this can contain an actual value. That works. It's the optional itself that gets boxed, not the value inside of it. Oh, that simplifies things a ton. Holy shit, does that simplify things. Yeah, that's how it has to be. Let's see map KB. How does that one look like? Map KB. Oh, map KB, instead of containing an actual value, a full-blown value only contains a Ziggy value. That works. But then we need to map. And here we do the mapping. Yeah, and we need to implement this mapping like in one place that we can reference multiple times. They should probably be inside of utils or inside of context, so that we stop repeating this process everywhere. And this can finally be a proper optional then. Well, I'll figure it out. In any case, this is what has to happen. I think I'm going to stop here. It's time for me to go to dinner, but this is going to be the last big refactoring inside of Zine for a long time. After we get past this, holy shit, are we in a good position? Then it's a matter of making the docs, pumping the Zig website out, and then we're going to be golden. Okay, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you had the opportunity to learn something from my metaprogramming shenanigans, and I'll see you next time. Let me see if anybody is streaming. Doesn't seem like it. You know what? I'm going to be lazy and just go